Wow! That's one of those plays that you call, and everything seems to happen exactly as it's scripted in the playbook.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
In the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. For Washington, there are the numbers from a week ago. 9 catches, 87 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
2nd and 5. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back seven's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
This offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. That'll give him 8 that time. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Here comes third and about a foot. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Allen's throw is complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 16 carries, 85 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. You talk about this Miami defense. This unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. First down, here's the run with Cook. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On first down, Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they go to work on a first and goal. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try and throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. They'll look to throw again. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is it blind? Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Allen's throw taken in by Palmer. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action. Now it's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They juked him. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd down and a yard. He'll look to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Back to throw again. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Ed Oliver. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up in Foxborough. A few years ago, this would have been Breeze versus Brady. Now it's simply New Orleans at New England. And it's the Saints who are out in front. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And they lead the visiting Minnesota Vikings at halftime. Kareem Hunt, potentially on his way to a giant afternoon. He has 3 touchdown runs in that first half. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucks. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys are out in front as we get you back down to Miami and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Bills to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A quick throw there is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Allen now looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On second down, a run by Achane. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football, and it's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen. Throw left side to Kincaid. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now a give running right, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Back to throw here. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run for it with Achane. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Two yards to go, second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ballgame. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and a couple. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flushed out right. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Operating from the gun, Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, Achane. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sanders now to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd down, Cook. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the right sideline. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. 39 yards there, a big one. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run, Achane. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 2nd down, goal to go. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And now out come the Bills. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's second down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught by Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
We so often think of these kickers as automatic at any distance, and it's just not the case because when you start talking about 50-plus yards, that's still a tough one to connect on. This one ends up no good, and that should put to rest any chance of this game getting to overtime.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Bills, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.